What's up, guys? It's John with National Sports Entertainment, and happy Halloween. I wanted to go into tonight's games, and Halloween is relevant in my opinion. I looked up the teams in the NBA that are orange and black, and while none really fit the description, if you look up orange and black teams, the teams that come up, at least for me, were the Knicks, the Suns, the Thunder. So when I was looking at Knicks Cavs, I was trying to decide. I obviously the Knicks are orange, but the Cavs have some black, and these teams they wear different jerseys anyway. But anyway, I liked the Knicks because besides the Halloween theory, I like the Knicks because I do think that they're at least going to be reminiscent of last year as far as their record. I do think they'll wind up making some type of trade and trade somebody like Randall and maybe someone else to get like a more of a star. So they got Brunson. They obviously have some draws already, and I think they're going to do something as far as again make a trade, add someone to the team, and be a little more believable. The Cavs, I feel like are doing the opposite. I really do. Obviously, with contracts, they got Mitchell and different guys, but I don't know why. And this happens a lot when they'll lock down a player and then trade him very quickly. They do it in the NBA a lot. I have a feeling they might be trading even maybe Mitchell. I don't know why. I just have a feeling he's one of those guys that makes sense to go to another team so everyone can believe that they might win. He's obviously being booked as one of the top guards in the entire league. And I just think the Knicks are more marketable. So, yeah, I think like the Cavs, where they finished last year, I could see a team like the Pacers taking that spot this year. And I think the Cavs are going to fall off and be a very mildly impressive team. So I like the Knicks for the cover because I think they'll be a better team. I think they want to establish them as better. And they are orange and black. They're orange and dark blue. And I'll be surprised if they don't wear some type of Halloween outfit. If you remember, I think it was last year as the Bengals did it. Now they are orange and black. But they were playing the Browns. They were both orange and black. So it was like, who was going to out orange and black the other one? But I like the Knicks for the cover. Spurs, Suns, again, is interesting. The Suns would definitely fall under the orange-black category before the Spurs. And while I do lean Spurs to cover the spread just because I think a lot of people early on are going to be on the Suns this season. They do have, Book and Beal out now. That still leaves them with Durant. They still have some other guys. But I do think Wemby fever is a thing. And like I said, I personally don't think they're going to let Wemby fail. I think he's going to have a great rookie year. So with Wemby fever and some injuries, I don't think as many people are going to be slamming the Suns. I think there'll be enough people on the Spurs. I'm going to take the Suns to cover. By the way, both of these are going to be for 2 units, okay? Well, actually, no, all 3 of these are going to be for 2 units. They're all going to be leg twos for 2 units because I like the plays. And we had, again, quite a bit of 1 unit, leg 1 losses yesterday. So I wanted to obviously make that up. And I like these games because the orange and black. And I was kind of leaning with the teams before I remembered it was Halloween anyway. So, yeah, I like the Suns here for the cover, the Knicks for the cover. Both going to be for 2 units. And this third one, I'm going to go with the Magic for the cover. I do think that they... So speaking of the Magic, I had brought this up in my basketball video yesterday. Obviously, we did terrible. We missed about every game. Blazers did actually wind up winning, which I was contemplating. We wound up going with the cover. But the Magic, it's funny. I said I thought like a 104-102 game made sense. We got 106-103. I'd imagine most people got that one because my book was at 3.5. ESPN was at the lowest it was at was 3 for a little bit. It moved to 4, and from the people that I was checking with, most people got 3.5. So I'd imagine most people did win that one. If you did push it, the next time I do a leg 3, you can just plug it in for that. Obviously, you can play whatever you want, but like I said, for anyone that might have pushed that game, you just rerun it as a new leg 3. So, me personally, I got these 3 as leg 2s for 2 units today. And again, they'll just be for any 3 of our handful of losses yesterday. We had a good bit, so I could plug it in for the Grizzlies loss, for the Thunder loss, and say for the Pistons loss. Actually, Pistons might have been the one we won. I can't remember. Let's look at it. Okay, for the Pacers loss. We missed the Pacers as well. Yeah, the Raptors was the one we got, the Blazers. It would have been a nice money line, too. It was like I think plus 300 or something, because they were getting like 9.5 points. But yeah, any of your open sequences is fine. Like I said, after yesterday, we have a lot of leg ones to close. Luckily, they were all leg ones for one unit. So, the important one, the Magic, was the only one that we ran as a leg, I think it was a leg 2 for 2 units. And that one obviously came through. Now, again, if you did push it, and earlier I said leg 3, if you did push the Magic, you're actually going to be running it as a leg 2 again. Because if it's a push and you got your money back, you're just rerunning it. There's no need to double up. So yeah, Knicks cover, Suns cover, and I'll take the Magic to cover as an upset. And not as an upset, but I think more money is going to be on the Clippers to cover. And obviously they didn't get Harden yet, but I didn't look at the trade. I don't know which players were offered in the trade. I do know if there was a trade, then the players that were offered, or I know they said they agreed to interest, obviously they won't be suiting up for the Clippers. And I notice a lot of times when a team trades for somebody, before the guy arrives, they'll have a couple losses. For the Mavericks last year, it was the opposite. Kyrie got there and they couldn't win. And I got my eye on them this year too. I've been watching the Mavs a little closer than some other teams the last couple of years. Not for any reason, they've just been on prime time a lot. But I'm wondering, I had gone into this year when Djokovic won, if I thought, if Kyrie might have a good year. Obviously, Luke is the one killing it, but they're looking good at 3-0. So, yeah, I think a lot of you guys might be with me on the Knicks and Suns at least, just because, again, of the Halloween theme. I don't think it's a coincidence that we only have a handful of orange and black. There's really none that fit the exact description. Again, the ones brought up are the Knicks, Suns, Thunder, and sometimes Jazz. So the fact that we got half or 2/3 of the orange and black squads playing on Halloween, I don't think it's a coincidence. And they happen to be the TNT games. If you notice, the one that is not orange and Clippers, Magic, obviously aren't even close. I guess Clippers would be closer, a tiny bit, because they got some red in there, and they got the black. But the 2 TNT games are the Halloween-themed teams. I find that interesting. So they win. The question comes down to, do they cover? I'm going to take, again, them both to cover. So all 3 are going to be leg 2s for 2 units. Knicks, Suns, and Clippers. I'm sorry, Knicks, Suns, and Magic cover. And hopefully we do a lot better than yesterday. We can't do much worse. Like I said, at least they were leg 1s, and at least our only leg 2 hit or pushed. Again, let me know in the comments also. I'm curious how far people's books are ranging, because I'll see them range pretty far, but I'm imagining most people got around 3.5, maybe even 4. But still, just such a fishy line, and I think so much money was going to be on the Lakers to cover that's probably why they pulled the clip out, because LeBron was healthy, Reeves was healthy, they had Davis healthy. There was nobody that was unhealthy. I think Rui might not have played. And yeah, they couldn't cover Cole Anthony and the Wagner brothers, so to me those things are always suspect. And it might have been foreshadowing that a lot of times we see splits. So the Magic just lost to the Lakers, very good chance they beat the Clippers. So if I was to play a money line, obviously that would be the one, but I'm just sticking with the 3 spreads. Again, Knicks, Suns, Magic all cover. So take care, everybody, and happy earnings.